Welcome to Homeland Security's special edition on killer drones. I'm Anna Brooks. Drones were considered a unique military tool until a few years ago. They were aircraft sent out on special missions only, but today they become almost a routine part of every battlefield. Unmanned air systems are not used only to gather intelligence, some of them are armed, and some are capable of tracking and attacking even fast-moving targets. In recent days, we learned that the U.S. is flying armed drones over Baghdad to protect U.S. troops who recently arrived to assess Iraq's deteriorating security. According to the Pentagon, the military has been flying manned and unmanned aircraft over Iraq for more than a week, averaging a few dozen reconnaissance missions daily. The decision to arm some of the drones follows the deployment to Baghdad of U.S. troops. The soldiers' role is to advise Iraqi forces fighting ISIS militants. ISIS has already taken over a number of cities and key facilities. Navy Rear Admiral John Kirby said that the aircrafts are there to protect military advisors operating outside the U.S. Embassy. According to a senior defense official, a handful of Predator drones, each one armed with Hellfire missiles, were being used over the Capitol for new protection missions. Officials stressed that Obama still has not authorized airstrikes against Sunni militants, the same militants who have been overrunning territory in other parts of the country. General Martin Dempsey, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, said that when President Obama considered how to support Iraq, one of the options was sending aircrafts to target the leaders of the insurgency. A part of that option was protection for critical infrastructure systems. So far, 180 of 300 troops promised by Obama have arrived in the country. The contingent includes 90 advisors and 90 who are setting up an operations and intelligence analysis unit. The U.S. is not alone in its use of killer drones, and for the last few years, it's been joined by Britain. The British government has been under mounting pressure to clarify its position on drones. In April, it was made clear that a British Air Force crew operating on British soil had assumed control of armed Reaper drones flying over Afghanistan. Previously, all UAV missions over Afghanistan had been operated from the Creech Air Force Base in Nevada. The British Ministry of Defense has previously insisted that it does not use armed UAVs against terrorist suspects outside of Afghanistan, and the vast majority of UK drone flights are reconnaissance missions. Yet, British drones within Afghanistan are thought to have deployed 350 weapons since 2007, including Hellfire-guided missiles and laser-guided bombs. A recent UN report shed light on the technical aspects of British drones. Reaper UAVs used by the Royal Air Force have a range of 3,700 miles, a maximum airspeed of 250 knots, and can ascend to 15 kilometers. Their missions can last up to 18 hours, and the Reaper carries 3 cameras as well as laser-guided bombs. 3 communication networks relay information between the RAF ground station in the UK and the drone. The UK has reported only 1 civilian casualty incident. 4 civilians were killed and 2 civilians injured in a remotely piloted drone strike by the Royal Air Force. The strike took place in Afghanistan on March 25, 2011. A RAF inquiry later found that the actions of the ground crew had been in accordance with regulations. Media reports have claimed that Israel is using killer drones over the Gaza Strip. Israel has never responded to these rumors. Armed, unmanned air systems are becoming more common all over the world. Experts say that this is a natural development of capabilities offered by available technologies. Only one question still remains. Until now, drones, even autonomous ones, never carried out an armed strike without the approval of a human being. Should people remain in control, or should armed drones be allowed to attack on their own without a human being making the final decision? That's it for this special edition. Thank you for watching. See you next time, and for further information, click the link below.